Silence your phones and refrain from the use of any noisemakers. The ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. please remain standing. Dr. Christopher B. Roberts, President of Auburn University.
War Eagle. Welcome to Auburn University's Summer 2024 Commencement. We will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the colors. Gentlemen, please remove your headdress for the singing of our national anthem. March on, the colors. Emily Thompson, a senior who graduated earlier today with a degree in music education from Birmingham, Alabama, will lead us in singing our national anthem. Emily?
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets racket, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
Thank you, Emily. Retire the colors. Please be seated. Commencement is the most distinguished and important ceremony that we host at Auburn University. And before we begin our program, I'd like to introduce some members of our platform party. And as I call your name, please stand. Mr. Walt Waltos, representing the Auburn University Board of Trustees, and Dr. Vinnie Nathan, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mr. Bo Bird, a 1989 Harvard College of Business alumnus, partner at the Bradley Law Firm, and today's commencement speaker. Mr. Jeff Moore, Vice President of the Auburn Alumni Association. And Dr. Stephen Taylor, Senior Vice President for Research and Economic Development. Mr. Rob Wellbaum, Senior Vice President for Advancement, and Mr. John Wagner, Secretary to the Auburn University Board of Trustees. Dr. Paul Patterson, Dean of the College of Agriculture and Director of the Alabama Agricultural Experiment Station. Professor Dawn Finley, Dean of the College of Architecture, Design, and Construction, and Dr. Jennifer Mueller-Phillips, Dean of the Harvard College of Business. Dr. Jeffrey Fairbrother, Dean of the College of Education, and Dr. Mario Eden, Dean of the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering. Dr. Janaki Alavalapati, Dean of the College of Forestry, Wildlife, and Environment, and Dr. George Flowers, Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Susan Hubbard, Dean of the College of Human Sciences, and Dr. Jason Hicks, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Shali Zhang, Dean of the Libraries, and Dr. Greg Neuschwander, Dean of the College of Nursing, Dr. Leanne Ross, Dean of the Harrison College of Pharmacy, and Dr. Elizabeth Schwartz, Assistant Dean of Biomedical Sciences in the College of Sciences and Mathematics, Dr. Calvin Johnson, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine, and Dr. Lori Eckert, Chair of the University Senate and Professor of Integrated Forest Pathology and Entomology in the College of Forestry, Wildlife, and Environment. Major Richard Pugh, Executive Officer, Army, ROTC. Commander Quincy Hochard, Naval, ROTC. And Major Jacques Mayer, Operations Officer, Air Force, ROTC. Dr. Katie Holtzman, Associate Professor in the Department of Pathobiology in the College of Veterinary Medicine and today's Mace Bearer. And Dr. Jeff Jones, Associate Professor in the School of Accountancy in the Harbert College of Business and our graduation marshal. And Mr. Rick Smith, Senior Lecturer and Internship Director in the School of Communication and Journalism in the College of Liberal Arts and today's announcer. And Mr. Stephen Geis, Interpreter for the Deaf in the Office of Accessibility. Please help me in thanking all of these individuals for being here. Our faculty and administrators are at the very heart of our university, and together they have worked hard and tirelessly to prepare our graduates for this moment. Today, we come together to honor an extraordinary group of graduates, you, the visionaries of our future, the dreamers, and the relentless pursuers of knowledge. Your presence here honors your unwavering dedication to your personal and professional growth and is a special tribute to those who have supported you on your journey. In fact, I feel that most of you would probably not be here without the people in this audience and people outside of Auburn today who have supported you. So I want to ask our graduates to stand and give a big Auburn thank you to your family and friends who are here and who have encouraged and supported you to make this day possible. That's great. Thank you. This occasion is significant, a landmark event forever recorded in both your personal history and our cherished university. As representatives of the entire Auburn faculty and staff, we celebrate the chance to come together and recognize your accomplishments. Trust me when I say that it's a true privilege and one that we do not take for granted. Since its founding in 1856, Auburn has awarded degrees to over 327,000 students. And this weekend, we proudly welcome exactly 1,322 graduates to this prestigious group of alumni. Yet these figures represent more than mere numbers. They reflect the profound influence that Auburn graduates have had and continue to have across our state and nation, and frankly, the world. As you step across the stage today, you are now the torchbearers of the Auburn Creed. And I'm confident that you will use your knowledge and skills that you've garnered here at Auburn to impact the lives of others and forge a better world. Whether you're receiving your master's, your specialist, or your doctoral degree today, your diploma signifies both achievement and responsibility. The opportunity to use your Auburn degree for greater good. As you venture forth, always remember that we have helped you to develop two of the greatest gifts possible: resilience and resourcefulness. These are the enduring teachings of your Auburn education, and one that will help you navigate through life's challenges. I encourage you to embark on your next steps with intent. Let Auburn's spirit guide you toward a life filled with significance, empathy, and an unceasing quest for excellence. Congratulations. It's only fitting that today's commencement speaker is an Auburn graduate who's done just that, served as a living example of the Auburn Creed, and demonstrated what it means to be a member of the Auburn family. An esteemed alumnus of the Harvard College of Business, Mr. Bo Bird graduated in 1989 with an accounting degree. Today, he stands before us as a distinguished partner at the Bradley Law Firm in Birmingham, where he has been a cornerstone of the legal community for over 3 decades. With expertise in commercial real estate and lending transactions, Bo's professional excellence has been recognized by Chambers USA, the Best Lawyers in America, and the Mid-South Super Lawyers, and he holds an esteemed AV rating from Martindale-Hubbell. His influence extends well beyond the professional realm, however, as Bo has remained committed to fostering future generations of legal minds by offering his time and talents as an adjunct professor at the Cumberland School of Law and the University of Alabama Law School. His love of Auburn is immense, and this has been seen through his ongoing contributions to our university and leadership as a distinguished alumnus. In addition to serving as president of the Alumni Association during his 10 years on the board, he also served as president. Bo currently serves on the Auburn University Foundation Board of Directors and is a lifelong member of the Auburn Alumni Association. His commitment to Auburn extends to his family as well. His wife, Kathy, sons Walker and Carter, and daughter-in-law Sarah are all proud Auburn alumni, and they continue to champion Auburn students by supporting various programs and scholarships. It's my great pleasure to welcome Mr. Bo Bird as your commencement speaker. Bo?
War Eagle. That was great. I love that. Let's do that again. War Eagle. That's awesome. You can't just always love doing that. Thank you, Dr. Roberts. I appreciate that warm introduction. Guys, I'm very humbled and honored to be here today to be your commencement speaker. And I also congratulate each of you as you graduate from Auburn University. And I echo what Dr. Roberts said when I extend a heartfelt congratulations to your family, your friends, and those who have supported you on this important life journey. I graduated, I guess it was in 1989 in June over at Beard Eves Memorial Coliseum. I don't remember who my commencement speaker was. Y'all probably won't remember me either, but that's okay. But I do remember how excited I was that day. It was a culmination of hard work and getting my degree and there being with some of my best friends. But at the same time, too, you were a little bit nervous, too, because it was about leaving Auburn and starting something new. And Auburn had been a safe haven. And there's a little bit of anxiety to this, but y'all are going to do great. But and because you're leaving your support system here. But my Auburn experience started at Auburn University 38 years ago, but my love for Auburn started as a child, and it was, and my family at the time was living in Birmingham, and my father was a steel pipe salesman, and he worked with Ronnie Ross, and Ronnie was the captain of the 1970 football team, and for Christmas when I was 8 years old, Ronnie gave me a real Auburn football helmet from the Auburn Athletic Department. And that was the best Christmas gift you could give an 8-year-old, and I wore that helmet everywhere and all the time. A decade passes, and at this point in time, we're living in South Georgia, and it's time for me to go to college. And I mistakenly thought I wanted to attend a smaller school, so I attended a small liberal arts school in South Carolina. But it didn't take long my freshman year to realize to see the light and realize that I didn't make the right decision. So I saw the orange and blue lights, and I quickly transferred in my sophomore year in 1986 to Auburn. And that decision to come to Auburn was a turning point in my life, and I'm sure y'all's attending Auburn and going to Auburn has been a turning point in your life. You may not realize it till much later. But when I got to Auburn, I found a warm, welcoming community. I knew more people at Auburn in one quarter, we were on the quarter systems back then, than I knew in 2 semesters at my former school. Auburn quickly became my home. I was fortunate to experience some of our best football teams. Coach Pat Dye and the Auburn football Tigers were dominant during the 80s. And I love being a student in Jordan-Hare on Saturdays and watching the Tigers play. Nothing beats being a student in the student section, Jordan-Hare on game day. But most importantly, I realized the value of service to Auburn and our students. So I decided to become involved in the Student Government Association. When I was a junior, I served as an SGA Senator at Large. My senior year, I was elected SGA Treasurer. And in addition to gaining a circle of lifelong friends, these experiences taught me invaluable life lessons, lessons that could not be taught in the classroom. And I met the love of my life, Kathy, when we served on the SGA together. We were SGA sweethearts. We would eat lunch together. She was director of elections. It was sort of geeky, but it was cute. And we've been married for 34 years now. And marrying Kathy, she knows this, and everybody who knows Kathy knows this. And everybody who knows Kathy and knows me, they like Kathy a lot better. She's the best decision I ever made in my life. So much culminated on my graduation day. I had come from a small town in South Georgia. I was the first person on my dad's side of the family to graduate from college. I was on financial aid. I had student loans and Pell Grants. Things weren't easy. I worked several on-campus jobs, including a lawn maintenance and landscaping job at the Arboretum. The Arboretum is that beautiful garden next door to Dr. Roberts' house. And yeah, I did a lot of weed eating, a lot of raking, and it was a sweaty job, but it was great. On graduation day, I was proud of what I accomplished and appreciated the education I had received here at Auburn and that had prepared me for life and my career. And as you guys walk across the stage in a few minutes, I want y'all to reflect on your own path the last few years and all that you have accomplished and the people and the moments that have shaped your journey. I've practiced law diligently for over 30 years, and with any kind of career, it has its challenges. There are ups, there are downs. Practice of law is no exception. But honestly, I've been tremendously blessed. My legal career has far exceeded my expectation. As I pondered what I wanted to share with you guys today, I thought of 3 principles I'd learned during my time at Auburn that have been vitally important to me over the course of my life. First, take ownership in your professional life. The Auburn Creed states, I believe this is a practical world, and I can only count on what I can earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work. Make yourself indispensable. When I first started as an associate in my job, I treated it like a job. I worked from 8 a.m. to 5:30. In the late afternoons, I'd start watching the clock. I was sort of just going through the motions, and I was just waiting my time, and I wasn't being my best. And y'all know when you're trying to be your best. And guess what? My first job reviews, they weren't good. They weren't good. I was mediocre. And then I realized, hey, this wasn't my job. This was my profession. I chose this. And I strived to be indispensable as I could. And I worked harder. And I asked questions. And I learned as much as possible. And guess what? My job performance skyrocketed. I took pride in being the best I could be. So my advice to you is to take ownership of your profession. Be indispensable. Second, remember the golden rule. The Auburn Creed states, I believe in the human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all. In short, treat everybody the way you would want to be treated, whether it's somebody you perceive to be the most important or the least. Always be respectful. And remember, your word is your word. Be ethical. Hey guys, y'all can be driven, determined professionals and still treat people respectfully and ethically. Be a good person. Don't be a jerk. No one likes a jerk. But also, just as important, and maybe even more so, spend time and nurture the relationships with the people you love, your family and your friends. It's my family and friends who keep me focused and grounded every day. You are more than your career, and you need more than your career. Surround yourself with people who are important to you and who will support you in life. We all need the human touch. Third, believe in the foundation Auburn has given you. The Auburn Creed states, I believe in education, which gives me knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully. Auburn has prepared you for this next chapter in your life. Continue to push yourself and be a lifelong learner. Have confidence in yourself. Believe you can achieve your dreams. For most of us, our own self-doubt is the biggest thing that holds us back. As a young associate, sometimes I question whether I had what it took to be a successful attorney. However, Auburn had given me the tools for success. My business education was certainly crucial, and so were the leadership skills I gained through my involvement with the student government. To be successful, I had to push away self-doubt, believe in myself, and continue to learn and develop as an attorney. As you move forward in life and your career, remember Auburn has provided you with the keys to success. Go build on that foundation. Remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, you will always be an Auburn man or an Auburn woman. This is no small thing. You are leaving Auburn well-equipped and well-prepared to handle whatever opportunities and challenges come your way. Once again, congratulations on your graduation. I'm delighted to celebrate this day with you. I'm proud to recognize you as fellow Auburn alumni. Best of luck to each of you. God bless you, and War Eagle.
Bo, thank you very much. Very motivational and heartfelt remarks. I really, really appreciate you delivering that to our graduates today. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to invite our Provost, Dr. Vinnie Nathan, to the podium. Provost Nathan.
Thank you, President Roberts. Good afternoon, and War Eagle. Before we introduce our degree candidates, I would like to recognize our military service members. Would all active duty and veteran service members in the audience, as well as our graduates who are being commissioned into our military services this weekend, please stand. Thank you for your service to our country, and please be seated. We now come to the conferral of our degrees and the introduction of our graduate student marshal. Would Dr. George Flowers, Dean of the Graduate School, please come forward?
Would Kayleen Yamada please stand? On behalf of the Graduate School, it is my pleasure to introduce our student marshal, Kayleen Yamada. A native of West Point, Utah, Kayleen is graduating today with a PhD in biological sciences. After earning her undergraduate degree in biology and business administration from the University of Utah, Kayleen embarked on an exciting journey of graduate research at Auburn. Under the guidance of Dr. Wendy Hood, Kayleen's scholarly efforts delved into the physiological changes in white-footed mice across diverse environments, including laboratories, the wild, and semi-natural habitats. During her doctoral studies, Kayleen made a significant contributions to Auburn's Natural History Museum, aiding in the expansion of its mammal collections. She also helped to develop the department's mammalogy course while mentoring promising undergraduate researchers. As the first in her family to earn a PhD, Kayleen is now exploring various grant opportunities and postdoctoral positions with esteemed professors in the United States and Norway. She is eager to use her degree from Auburn to further her research experience and continue fueling her passion for science and scholarly work. Please join me in congratulating Kayleen. Now, would all the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Pharmacy, and Doctor of Veterinary Medicine please rise? Trustee Waltos, President Roberts, and Provost Nathan, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these doctoral candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
Wow, that's a lot. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the doctoral degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated.
The Doctor of Philosophy, the Doctor of Pharmacy, and Doctorate of Veterinary Medicine are the highest degrees awarded in the Academy of Universities. Part of the tradition associated with awarding these degrees is a special ceremony involving the presentation of a doctoral hood. Would the major professors of the doctoral candidates please escort your graduates to the stage to be hooded as Mr. Smith calls your name.
The Assistant Dean Elizabeth Schwartz, the College of Sciences and Mathematics. Kayleen Yuruko Hilani Amada, hooded by Dr. Hood. Dr. Tyler Griffin Smith, hooded by Dr. McNeil. Dr. Tian Han Wong, hooded by Dr. Petrov. Dr. Zarin Oh, hooded by Dr. Petrov. Dr. Haley Joy Pavlis, hooded by Dr. Smith. Dr. Naga Chandra Padmini Nukala, hooded by Dr. Fong. Dr. Evan Gaines Leonard, hooded by Dr. Johnson. Dr. Deja Yvonne Simpson, hooded by Dr. Schwartz. Dr. Tuan Phu Quinn, hooded by Dr. Huang. Dr. Carly Patricia Cummings, hooded by Dr. Parison. Dr. Trevor Augustus Olson, hooded by Dr. Laurent. Dr. Patrick Gimperline, hooded by Dr. Combs. Dr. Juanil Choi, hooded by Dr. Wada. Dr. James G.E. Ogilvy, hooded by Dr. Counterman. Dr. Wachin Gan, headed by Dr. Kobine. Dr. M.D. Mohabula, headed by Dr. Easley. Dr. Rizanul Islam, headed by Dr. Farnham. Dr. Humara Yisman, headed by Dr. Farnham. Would Dean Patterson please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the doctoral candidates from the College of Agriculture. Dr. Benjamin Cole Webster, headed by Dr. Waters. Dr. Jessica Paranos, headed by Dr. De Silva. Dr. Brian Gerard Cornish, headed by Dr. Miao. Would Dean Mueller-Phillips please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the doctoral candidates from the Harvard College of Business. Dr. Matthew James Flynn, hooded by Dr. Hilliard. Dr. Jing Zhang, headed by Dr. Basquiat. We ask now that Dean Fairbrother come to the front of the stage as we recognize the doctoral candidates from the College of Education. Dr. Rhonda Temple Wheeler, hooded by Dr. Hahn. Dr. Josh Williams, hooded by Dr. McKibben. Dr. Hannah Rose Howard, hooded by Dr. Weimer. Is it? Dr. Jared Joseph Kosek, hooded by Dr. Weimar. Dr. Daniel McKinley Sullen, hooded by Dr. Cordy. Dr. Terrence Joshua Lewis, hooded by Dr. Torado. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Ellison, hooded by Dr. Meyer. Dr. Keith Michael Huffman, hooded by Dr. Park. Dr. Paul Francis Tierney III, hooded by Dr. Taylor. Dr. Astra Barkley, hooded by Dr. Taylor. Dr. Emma Victoria Shaw, hooded by Dr. Taylor. Dr. Tom Duvall, hooded by Dr. Whitty. Drs. Leslie Aldania Patterson Holmes, hooded by Dr. Keeney. Dr. Brandy Daly, hooded by Dr. Cardulo. Dr. Francis Kiana Neal, hooded by Dr. Septon. Dr. Rebecca Jones, hooded by Dr. Kless. Dr. Denise Claire Bozak, hooded by Dr. Thomas. Dr. Catherine Hovitt Martin, hooded by Dr. Pendola. Dr. Mary Elizabeth Grice Kelly, hooded by Dr. Pendola. Dr. Deja Trammell, hooded by Dr. Marshall. Dr. Natalie Nagbauer-Schottler, hooded by Dr. Marshall. Dr. Andrew Clinton Lucer, hooded by Dr. Glennon. Dr. Cassandra Jean Gray, hooded by Dr. Cornish. Dr. Lejay Coleman Karumba, hooded by Dr. Cornish. Dr. Karima M. Smith, hooded by Dr. Kabiru. Would Dean Eden please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the doctoral candidates from the McGinn College of Engineering. Dr. Justin J. Van Cleve, hooded by Dr. Suling. Dr. Dorna Jamshidi Asli, hooded by Dr. Suling. Dr. Frank Oprandi III, hooded by Dr. Valenzuela. Dr. Danny J. O'Leary, hooded by Dr. Evans. Dr. Antara Mazumder, hooded by Dr. Lipke. Dr. Mohammed Jafar Hashemi, hooded by Dr. Lipke. Dr. Farnaz Hamati, hooded by Dr. Mistriotis. Dr. Ananya Ghosh, hooded by Dr. Zhang. Dr. Ritankar Bhattacharya, hooded by Dr. Eden. Dr. Dalen Green Hester, hooded by Dr. Adams. Dr. Midan Silvacoda, hooded by Dr. Malin. Dr. Preston Riley Graben, hooded by Dr. Shaw. Dr. Samsul Mahmood, hooded by Dr. Schultze. Dr. Mohsen Nikfar, hooded by Dr. Beanal. Dr. Chi Lee, hooded by Dr. Koo. Dr. Sadithi Ajula, hooded by Dr. Koo. Dr. Ida Bao, hooded by Dr. Koo. Dr. Victoria Lee Ballard, hooded by Dr. Sesek. Dr. Ahmet Farouk Akan, hooded by Dr. Margitu. Dr. Nathan William Poole, hooded by Dr. Gallagher. How do you spell? Dr. Yutin Ma, hooded by Dr. Gallagher. Dr. Philip Michael Martin, hooded by Dr. Tatarchuk. Dr. Farshad Faisbar, hooded by Dr. O. Dr. Lokesh Silwal, hooded by Dr. Raghav. Dr. Chakuma Okafor, hooded by Dr. Anderson. Dr. Daniel Christopher Stubbs, hooded by Dr. Scarborough. Dr. Cody Michael Shelton, hooded by Dr. Hartfield. Dr. Emmanuel Indico, hooded by Dr. Gazzetti. Dr. Sengwan Sao, hooded by Dr. Mojadi. Dr. Fatama Jamshidi, hooded by Dr. Chapman. Dr. Xiangjun Wang, hooded by Dr. Batchelor. Dr. Suvika Sarkar, hooded by Dr. Flowers. Dr. Niman Bansal, hooded by Dr. Flowers. We will now recognize the College of Human Sciences, Dean Susan Hubbard. Dr. Tinjan Liu, hooded by Dr. Lee. Dr. Christy Reed Parton, hooded by Dr. Chattaraman. Dr. Alexander Kapler, hooded by Dr. Erath. Dr. Emily Kilgo-Bourne, hooded by Dr. Jagannathan. Dr. Sarah Rains Gonzalez, hooded by Dr. Powers. We will now recognize the PhD candidates from the College of Liberal Arts, Dean Jason Hicks. Dr. Stephen John Nichols, hooded by Dr. Robinson. Dr. Giselle Jimenez, hooded by Dr. Preston Knight. Dr. Margaret Allison Caruso, hooded by Dr. Correa. Dr. Sharon Lynn Cramper, hooded by Dr. Woody. Dr. Daniel John Sheridan, hooded by Dr. Rapp. Dr. Anna Catherine Edgman, hooded by Dr. Rapp. Dr. Ashley Nicole Anderson, headed by Dr. Rapp. Dr. C. Braden Studheit, headed by Dr. Brown. Dr. Brandon Michael Bulow, headed by Dr. Brown. Dr. Kendall Maria McGoey, headed by Dr. Michael. Dr. Rebecca Ann Dunterman, headed by Dr. Tudor Rose. Dr. Ruchika Runta, headed by Dr. Banerjee. Dr. Divya Jyoti Sinha, headed by Dr. Sengupta. We now ask Dean Ross to come to the front of the stage as we recognize the candidates from the Harrison College of Pharmacy. Dr. Paul David Lavoie, headed by Dr. Flowers. Dr. Shanae Tierra Thomas, headed by Dr. Flowers. Dr. Kaniz Afraz Tiri, headed by Dr. Yen. We now ask Dean Johnson to come to the front of the stage as we recognize the candidates from the College of Veterinary Medicine. Dr. Carly Ray Lyle, headed by Dr. Camus. Dr. Victoria Grace Warren, headed by Dr. Camus. Dr. Shanshan Zhang, headed by Dr. Huang.
Please join me in congratulating these new doctoral graduates. Congratulations. I now ask Dr. George Flowers, Dean of the Graduate School, to present the candidates for the master's and specialist degrees. Dr. Flowers.
Will all the candidates for master's and education specialist degrees please rise? Trustee Waltos, President Roberts, and Provost Nathan, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these master's and education specialist candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the master's and specialist degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Graduates, please come forward as Mr. Smith calls your name.
The College of Agriculture, Dean Paul Patterson. Nicole Jordan Baker. Bridget Carol Johnson. Beatrice Maddie Severance. Cassandra Lynn O'Connor. Mia Carlin Colley. Austin Lindquist. Savannah Elizabeth Busby. Arnold Katende. Alexandra Jackson. Jose Rodrigo Hernandez Garcia. Orlando Benjamin Fiala Soto. Elizabeth Ann Mooneyham. James Lawson Scarborough. Omelola Abisola Bankole. Elizabeth Ann Byrne. Elizabeth Marguerite Middleton. Simrandeep Kaur. Sabina Podell. Salsabil Ahmed. Would Dean Jennifer Muller Phillips please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the Harvard College of Business. Caleb Samuel Stallings. Michaela Smith. Olivia Diane Cates. Adele Crespo. Jackson Miller Ingold. Grant Byron Bruner. Casey McCracken, Samantha Diane Tanner, Nathan James Grody, Jillian Grace Chant, Pankiotis Michael Chantis, Andrew James Stanley, Matthew Nickel Daly, Bailey Lynn Fox, Joanne Gold, James Ellis McGriff, Ashley Morgan Matthews, Christopher Tate Sparkman, Nathaniel David, Peter James Backer, Seth Michael Mashmeyer, Joshua Charles Corbin, Keith William Reese, Heather Ann Moss, Nicholas George Wolke, Timothy Chad Morgan, Garrett Wade Schaefer, Jeremy Evan Bowles, Jason Sy, Mary Layton Lancaster, Andrew Molnar, Carter Hilliard, Grant Todd Lamberton, Adam Cothran, Sean M. Knight, Aaron M. Sheffield, Will Dean Dawn Finley please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Architecture, Design, and Construction. Cameron Trammell, Hun Wang Shen, Bailey Wade Decker, Travis Montrell Harper, Fei Yushi, Siwang Hu, would Dean Jeffrey Fairbrother please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Education. Ashley Kogolo Combs. Cameron Julia Taub. Cassie Caton. May Saunders. Sarah Ashley Royal. Alexis Brooke Windsor. Deidre Leslie. Allison Ann Correa. Brianna Teresa Hook. Chelsea Bindle. Courtney Watson Powell. Kyla Cheek, J.D. Gaines, Caroline Sage Turner, Shannon Catherine Dunn, Angela Marie Sprayberry Scarborough, Lawrence Randall Stone III, Leslie Chappell Sedberry, Andrea Janice Tuck, Emily Ann Habrowski, Leanne Fleming, Latanya Renee Chapman, Jared Earl Edison, Carly Carroll, Cheryl Marina Garrett, Abby Jane Tucker, Leslie Grace Fox, Obra Yolanda Bob Manuel, Jana Matrice Timmons, Brooke Van Kempen Bong, Lucas Nolan Carroll, Luke William Grice, Bashonda Lachelle Truss, Courtney Hickman Farley, Carol Melissa Schuler, Ronnie D. Hall, Kara Elizabeth Sharowski, Megan Elizabeth Hancock, Jackson Lee Dickey, Kelly Diane Carlisle, Joanna Dwyer, Avery Brown Shirley, Ticely Rogers Wood, Brendan Chance, Cameron Fritsch, Julie Bedford Corcoran, Stephen Cooper, Carson Jeffrey Anderson, Ava Noel Davis, Tawny Lane Ashworth, Kiara Andres Coleman, Amanda Lynn Clark, Sophia Creighton, DeAndre Jamal Jackson, Brittany Gibson, Brandon Johnson, James Jared Rosa, Cameron Lee Erickson, Daniel Martin, Anthony Byron Burton II, Sophie Ann Chester. Valeria Robles-Certis. Madison Tu Stanley. Alyssa Brooke Anarelli. Benjamin Garrett Lurch. Alexander Charles Berry. Ashley Brooke Handley. Kimberly Gerard. Meredith Brewer Gibbs. Bradley Antonio Gibson Jr. Sarah K. Freeman. Robin Morrison Coachman. Molly Sparkman. Catherine E. Summers. Gregory Martin Thomas. Ashlyn Sullivan. Avery Marie Preble. Daisy Elise Platts. Danielle Mackenzie Gregory. Will Dean Mario Eden please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering. Hunter Charles James. Zara Sobani. Clinton Lee Murphy. Mehrab Hosseini. Suyan Kim. Jack Janik. Zachary Daniel Curry. Tiara Buckner. Helen Cole. Bishop Sandhu. Chakanikum Palinipum. Rajaraman Ramaliskni. Bruce Hedderburn. Bahara Hassani. Melanie Suzanne Madewell. John Ruffin Cater. Parker Gerald Austin. Isa Aljanabi. Joshua H. Panoni. Andrew Tang Kao Wong. Stephanus Harris Putra. MD Mahadi Hassan. Gurprashad Singhpra. Omar D. Hills. Hin Cho. Hua Jun Lee. Segun Jonathan Asibodu. Hannah Davis Bartles. Coles. George Robert Coles. Canon James Butler. Brandon Basir. Matasir Madi. Will Dean Janaki Alavadapati please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Forestry, Wildlife, and Environment. Matthew Scott Day. Helena Christine Natividad Garrett Faleda. Dorothy Cassidy Coy. Tiana Olivas. Joshua Tanner Jones. Hunter Dwayne Nobles. Jacob Monroe Mucklerath. Will Dean Susan Hubbard please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Human Sciences. Kendra Shaney Swati. Emily Wright. Matthew Tamua Sufanua. Melissa Richmond. Kendrick O'Neill Coates. Adefunke Dedamathus. Christy Lori Bondurant Gonzalez. Brandon James Cower. Carl D. Medeiros. Christopher David Ricker. Susan Osaraton Asiande. Sandra Anti Eya. Vishal D. Patel. Would Dean Jason Hicks please come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Liberal Arts. Christopher Michael Hale. Erin Ruth Key. J.C. A. Williamson. Margaret Lee Ayers. Susan McCall Hatcher. Isabel Bork Cuvian. Kristen Morgan Reagan. Anne-Marie Wheelis. Autumn Ray Carter. Christopher Joel Sanders McCollum. Angela Minta. Joshua Mark Williamson. Madison Elise Maggio. Mary Claire Moore. Chikoria Orr. Dante J. Stanton. Will Assistant Dean Elizabeth Schwartz come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Sciences and Mathematics. S.K. Nafiz Rahman. Tanzila Tasman. Atonu Chakraborty. Tuhi Somya. Macy Renee Wirtz. Isabel Black. Zachary Davis. Would Dean Calvin Johnson come to the front of the stage as we recognize the College of Veterinary Medicine? Thina Lunardin. Cornelius Germain Withers.
Let's congratulate all of our graduates one more time. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Jeff Moore, Vice President of the Auburn Alumni Association, to offer our graduates an official welcome. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Moore. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Knight. Congratulations on War Eagle. All right. Now that you've fulfilled the academic requirements to earn your degree from Auburn University, you join an esteemed network bound by principles of hard work, honesty, and truthfulness, and a spirit that is not afraid. During your journey at Auburn, our devoted faculty and staff have sought to prepare you for future challenges by fostering innovative learning, strengthening your resilience, and nurturing your personal and professional growth. You are now poised to take on the world. Your hard work thus far is merely a prelude to greater achievements. While your education at Auburn is a springboard for your future success, the meaningful connections you've made here will continue to flourish as life takes you in different directions. Auburn University alumni have used their degrees to serve others, better their communities, and succeed in ways they may never have imagined on the day they wore their cap and gown. I have no doubt each of you will follow in these footsteps. As you go forth, remember that Auburn will always connect you to each other, whether you stay in the loveliest village or move across the world. There are plenty of ways to stay connected to the Auburn family. As Vice President of the Auburn Alumni Association, I'm honored to officially welcome you as Auburn alums. I'm so proud to share this special day with you. May you always believe in Auburn and love it. Once again, congratulations and War Eagle.
Congratulations to all the graduates whose degrees were conferred this afternoon. Graduates, thank you for choosing Auburn. It's been our pleasure to serve you as educators and mentors, and frankly, as your friends. May you experience a truly successful life. We will conclude our ceremony with the singing of the Alma Mater, led by Maddie Hine, a senior graduating in commercial music performance from Enterprise, Alabama. Please stand and remain standing until the platform party has recessed from the stage. Would everyone please rise?
Sun-kissed sky.
Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to all of our graduates. We ask that all graduates exit the arena floor this way, and guests make your way to the main exits. You can join your graduates at the meetup tent located in the parking lot. Congratulations, War Eagle. Have a good evening.